I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It would be no surprise if today's matchup turns into a grinded-out affair. The Panthers are top 10 defensive yards allowed against the Chargers, who need to find a way to move the football.
All right, my bad.
With that, we head up to Charlotte. We'll hook up with our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis at Bank of America Stadium. Gentlemen.
Larry, from the home of the reigning NFC champs, there's a look at Bank of America Stadium here in uptown Charlotte. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the San Diego Chargers and the Carolina Panthers. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll run with a second-year man. It's Melvin Gordon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And, Charles, here's the offensive lineup.
Melvin Gordon, the exciting young runner out of Wisconsin. Well over 2,000 yards his last year with the Badgers. This is a guy who can catch it and run it.
Dalton throwing on second down. Going underneath for Gordon. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. It's second down. Dalton looking. Wright's got it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Dalton sets up play action. On the move to his left. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. In motion right comes Funchess. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And what about this offense, Charles? Specifically, what about Jonathan Stewart?
He makes sure everything goes. Put the ball in his chest and watch him run. Can run with power inside, but has enough speed that when he gets outside, he can cause a lot of trouble.
Now Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. It's a gain of 24 that time, and the Panthers are going to get a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Time quickly to look at the Chargers defense.
Jason Verrett may not have ideal size as a cornerback, but no one plays the ball better in the air than the guy I call Mighty Mouse.
A play fake to Stewart. It's Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. From the red zone now, Newton. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Again, it's Stewart on second and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now here's Johnson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And here are the defensive starters, and their coordinator is hoping that they have short-term memories from last week.
A very tough week indeed, Brandon. All they want to do now is be solid right out of the gate. No big plays given up early.
Second down, Dalton. This is Gordon on the dump off. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there, and that'll bring up second down.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
Play action here with Dalton. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Got a man, it's right. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he's brought down. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw on second down is Newton. He'll buy some time right. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
Now Stewart on first down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll try the air now with Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Got to be careful here. Dalton looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's brought down after a good gain. yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Passing, it's Dalton. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Gordon on first down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain. And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff unit is out on the field.
No, I'm straight.
Send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Brief break in the action here. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Stewart is the lone setback. They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gives him a new set of downs. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now Newton on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
What the f? Oh my god.
And he's taken down,
Bro, you just played yourself.
into enemy territory across the 40.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
Oh, yeah.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining.
There's something like that at Walmart.
Now I know why they're so freaking expensive. Wasn't it like $4.77 a damn?
Let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
I don't know, but it was only 20 cents for that one.
Well, it said $4.77 a pound. Unless it was just no
On second down, here's
I mean, you got to think that was nowhere near a pound. That was
release as this will be incomplete.
I mean, that
Not
was
too many people get to a point
head
where
guard
this
was bigger.
magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Throwing on third down, Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt.
Oh my god.
And this
block
one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
Do you get the sense, Brandon, that people are trying to retire Antonio Gates? They keep thinking this is almost the end of the line, and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns. And he fires one incomplete. The veteran James Jones, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be third down. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. 3rd and 2 for Dalton. Got a man, it's right. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 37. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. To throw on second down is Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. It'll be a gain of 4. They're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third and long, it's Newton. He's going to air one out. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dwight Lowry. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Going underneath for Gordon. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Dalton throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. Dalton sets up play action, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him, it leads to an incompletion as we just saw there. That's winning football.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is the only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
The tight end Olsen in motion. On second down, here's Newton. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And Ginn's got it.
Nigga outran me.
23 yards on the play. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
The tight end Olsen in motion. On 1st and 10, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
Now it's Newton. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Got to be careful here, Dalton. And right with it here over the middle. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Caught by Gates, left side. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Gates with a grab. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running in the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Looks like a nice 2nd down for him.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton.
What's he throwing at, bro?
Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now it's Ginn. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play to 5 set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did it get a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's Newton. And to the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Here's Newton now on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and it'll bring up third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, you put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. With 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Newton looking deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Big play that time, Newton to Benjamin. 46 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Allergies.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Newton throwing again. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a one-score game. And he's got it up and through. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Dalton. And this complete to Henry over the middle. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Dalton throwing on second down. Gates has it over the middle. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And Allen's got it. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Keenan Allen.
Thanks, bro.
10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
Now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On 2nd and 10, Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Stewart is the lone setback. They go play action here on first down. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Jumping over the top to him. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get at that time to Ted Ginn. And now it's second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Second and 10. Newton again. And the tight end Dixon left side. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, first and 10 now. On first down, Newton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. In the red zone this time. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Dalton right back on the horse after the pick 6. He gets it left side to Johnson. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Second down and 4. Dalton throwing on second down. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
One receiver left, that's Allen. He's back to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Melvin Gordon, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked
Come
like
down here.
He had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're out there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. Big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Just put us on one day.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And motion left goes a tight end. Back to throw. Out to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They'll look to throw. Gets it to Benjamin.
God,
It's caught.
dog,
It'll be
man.
a gain of 18 on the play. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does. So the quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And no one left. It's no good. And a tough finish to this one. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.